Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey and today I'm going to guide you through this quick yoga practice that is themed around the astrological sign of Taurus. Taurus is one of the most sensual signs of the zodiac, and they really think of self-care not just as bubble baths and pedicures and foot massages. They also think of self-care as taking impeccable care of their finances, taking impeccable care of their home. Taurus is an earth sign, so it is very concerned with anything that is going on in the material realm. Family, home, the body, finances, food, all of these things Taurus is very influenced by. Taurus is a fixed sign, so they are very steadfast, they're very reliable, maybe sometimes a little bit stubborn. And the body part that Taurus rules is the neck and the shoulders. So today we are going to practice poses in our grounding flow that target these specific areas. But again, because Taurus is an earth sign, we are going to focus on keeping things nice and grounded. So let's go ahead and begin in a kneeling position, Vajrasana or Thunderbolt. So I'll turn sideways so it's easier for you to see. I'm not using any props for class today, but if you have props like blocks, a blanket, you're welcome to bring that to your mat and just use them as you find you intuitively want them in relation to your body and the way that you're moving on your mat. But beginning in this kneeling position, sitting back on the heels, soften your shoulders back and down away from your ears. Maybe close your eyes or at least just soften your gaze downward. And let's take 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more like that, deep into your nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Last one. And then return to your natural way of breathing. And we'll start with a neck release. Let your right ear drop down towards your right shoulder, not adding any pressure, just letting the weight of your head go towards the right to create a stretch in the left side of your neck. Soften through your jaw. Tag a little bit of weight in your left elbow. And then you can use your right hand to help your head come back up through center. Release your right hand down. Release your left ear towards your left shoulder now. A few breaths here. Once again, no pushing or pulling with the neck. Being very mindful of how your neck feels, not putting too much pressure. Use your left hand now to help your head come back up to center. Release your left hand down, and then just tuck your chin towards your throat. Lift your chest towards your chin as you very gently squeeze your chin towards your chest. Just getting a nice stretch into the back of the neck. Continuing to pull your shoulders back and down. And then you can slowly roll back up with your head over your heart, your chin mostly parallel to your mat. Interlace your fingers behind your lower back. And then reach through your knuckles. Lift your chest up. As you reach your knuckles down, try to lift your thumbs away from your tailbone. Feel that big opening into the front of your chest. Find a little lift up through your pelvic floor. Draw lower abdominals in and up to support your lower back. And see if you can lean your upper body back a little bit, maybe reach your chin towards the sky. One more breath in. And exhale. First, tuck your chin towards your throat if you lifted your chin, and then release your arms. Try to resist that slingshot effect. And then you can place your right hand behind you, maybe just fingertips to the mat behind you on your mat. On your next breath in, bring your left arm up overhead, lean away from the front of your mat, and press into the tops of your feet to lift your hips forward and up. Half camel. Exhale. Lower your hips down. Swim your right hand through center, left fingertips. Find the ground behind you. Press down into the tops of your feet and your shins as you breathe in. Look back towards your right hand. Exhale. Swim the right hand around. Left hand in front, right hand down. Press into your shins. Lift your hips. Exhale. Back around through center. Inhale. Lift your hips, half camel. Exhale. One more each side. Right hand down. Lift. Breathe in. Exhale. Left hand down. Breathe in to lift. And exhale. Back to center. From here, bring your hands out in front of you into tabletop pose. From table, you have the option to drop your elbows right where your hands were, so they're right underneath your shoulders. Lift your sits bones, pull your heart forward, try to parallel your chin to your mat, a variation of puppy. Or you can extend your arms forward, your lower body stays as it is, forehead to the mat, full puppy pose. A few breaths here. To really get into the shoulders a little bit more, try to draw your lower abdominals in, scoop your tailbone under so that as you let your chest melt down towards the floor, it's really opening into your shoulders. One more breath in and out. Inhale, walk your hands back. Tuck your toes. Let's send it up and back to our first downward dog. Lift your hips. First downward dog, so maybe you keep a little bend in your knees. Maybe you walk it out. Alternate the bend of your knees. Reach through your arms. Alrighty, let's take our first little sequence. Inhale, reach your right leg up into the air. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot just behind your right wrist, or maybe right where your right hand was. Pivot on your left foot so that your heel is grounded. Your left toes are pointing slightly over to the left, maybe towards the front left corner of your mat. Keep lunging into your right knee, strong legs as you inhale. Reach your hands forward and up. Warrior one. Your arms can be overhead like you're holding a big beach ball with your hands separated, or you could bring palms together and send your gaze up towards your thumbs. Breathe here. Really waking up the legs, getting grounded. Inhale, interlace your fingers behind your lower back. Reach through your knuckles just like we practiced when we were kneeling. Take another breath in, lift your heart. Exhale, humble warrior. You're going to send your heart space down towards the inside of your right thigh. Stay grounded through your legs. Release the weight of your head. Reach your knuckles away from your head towards the ceiling. Gonna feel some heat build up in this one. Stay with your breath. Inhale. Lift all the way back up. Press into your front foot. Back to warrior one with the clasped hands. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, warrior two to the left. So you might widen your stance a little bit. Reach your arms out to the sides. Look over your right fingertips. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your right leg, left hand down. Lean away from the front of your mat. Exhale, keep this length in your right side body as you reach your right hand forward and down into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left hand goes up, maybe looking towards your left thumb. Your right hand can rest wherever is comfortable, your shin, your ankle, a block, or the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand comes down, bend into your right knee into a runner's lunge. Plant the left hand. Inhale, reach your right hand up. Easy twist. Exhale, bring your right hand back down. Step your left foot in about a foot so you can straighten both legs and your left foot is pointing to the front left corner of your mat again. All four corners grounded. Framing your hands over the right leg. Take a breath in, find some length. Exhale into your pyramid forward fold. Press down through the right leg. Square your hips forward. From here into our standing splits. Bring your fingertips slightly ahead of your right foot. Shift your weight forward into your right leg. Press down into your right leg. Lift your left toes up. Point through the toes. Keep squaring your hips to the mat. Release the weight of your head. One more breath in. Exhale, step the left foot back to a runner's lunge. From here, you can plant your hands, step back to downward dog, or maybe you take a flow. Yogi's choice. Take a few cleansing breaths here. Alrighty, meeting in downward dog. If you took the flow, on your next breath in, reach the left leg up, Exhale, step your left foot towards your left hand, either right where your left hand was or slightly behind. Pivot on your back foot, ground that right heel down. Keep your hips square to the front of the mat. Breathe in, warrior one, arms forward and up. Again, arms overhead like you're holding a big beach ball or palms together, looking towards your thumbs. Inhale, reach your arms out, around and down. Interlace fingers the way that feels a little bit unusual. Inhale again to reach down through your knuckles, lift your heart. Exhale, send your heart forward down towards the inside of your left thigh. Release the weight of your head. Reach your knuckles up. Grounded through that back foot. Keep breathing. Shoulders away from your neck. One more breath in and out. Inhale, press into your legs to lift up. Exhale, stay here with the fingers interlaced. Inhale, warrior two. Pivot towards the right. Widen your stance if you need to. Look over your left fingertips. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the left leg. Lean back with your left arm. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach left hand forward and down. Let it land wherever is most comfortable for you. Gaze goes up towards that right thumb if that's okay in your neck. And your balance. Looking up can be quite a challenge of balance. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Press down evenly through your feet and your legs. Alrighty, look down towards your left hand. Bend into your left knee, plant your right hand down. Inhale, reach your left hand up. Easy twist in the runner's lunge. And exhale, left hand down. Now step right foot in about a foot or so. Frame your left leg with your hands or your fingertips, or hands can be on blocks. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, into the pyramid fold. Slow, steady breaths. Alrighty, from here into the standing splits, walk your fingertips just ahead of the left foot, shift forward into the left leg, lift your right foot, point through the toes, keep squaring your hips towards the mat. Doesn't matter how high the leg goes, you're really lifting from that place where your glute meets your thigh. One more breath in. Exhale, step right foot back into the lunge, plant your hands, step left foot back, send hips up and back to downward dog. Again, you have the option to take a flow. I will leave that out for me today. And once we all find our way back into downward dog, let's all lower the knees down and come around to take a seat with your legs extended out in front of you into Dandasana. So we're just using this as a transition. You're going to first bend your right knee, cross your right knee over your left knee. And if it doesn't stack directly on top of one another, that's totally okay. Send your way over to your left, bend your left knee now. So both heels are coming in towards your glutes. And you can widen this away. In fact, I want you to look down at your legs and see if you can make the distance between your heels and your hips mostly equal to one another on both sides. Always there's an option to bring a little block or blanket under your hips to make this a little bit more accessible in the hips. Big stretch. And if all else is uncomfortable, not working for your body, you can always just take a cross-legged seat. Staying here today with the legs, just working this nice tall spine, or moving into a variation of Gomukhasana with the arms. Reach your right arm out and up, bend at the right elbow, and bring your right hand with the palm facing inward towards the nape of your neck. Reach up through your right elbow, reach your left arm out, bring that left arm down, bend at the elbow, and see if you can bring the back of your left hand, so the palm is facing out, up towards where your fingertips meet one another. Maybe you're just touching here, or maybe you can grab hold and you can reach your elbows in opposite directions. Breathe. Notice if your ribs are flaring forward and out. Try to draw the floating ribs in. We are still connected to core even here. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly let go of each hand with one another and release your arms. You can lean back onto your hands to help yourself release your legs, and maybe you alternate the bend of your knees a few times. Maybe you windshield wiper your toes. You could even have soles of your feet down and windshield wiper the knees side to side. My hips are popping quite a bit. Okay, let's do that to the other side. So this time, left knee will cross over the right knee, starting here. It's okay if the knees don't stack, remember. Lean over to the right, bend your right knee, and then try to adjust so that your heels are equal distance away from each of your hips. Find that nice tall spine, sit up on something if that's a little bit more accessible for you. Remember, you can also just cross your legs the opposite way, taking the variation with the arms, if that's what you're doing today. Reach your left hand up, bend at the elbow, palm facing in. It's totally normal if one side is different, so this is usually the more difficult side for me. Trying to bring that hand towards the nape of the neck. Reach your right hand out, down, palm facing back, so you're rolling your right shoulder forward, internally rotating the right shoulder, and seeing if you can bring that right hand up between your shoulder blades towards where you could touch your left fingers. Maybe they don't touch today and you're just working here. Maybe you can hook the fingers, reaching the elbows in opposite directions, drawing the floating ribs down, connected to core. Breathe. Let's take one more breath in here on this side. Exhale, release both hands out. Feel that release in the shoulders. Lean back onto your hands to help release your legs. Again, alternate the bends of your knees, windshield wiper toes, or windshield wiper knees. And then from here, coming around to lay down on your back. We'll take one more pose before we go into Shavasana. Just coming into a reclined twist. So draw your left leg in, extend your right leg long, open your left arm out beside you, guide your left leg over to the right. Keep your chest facing the ceiling as much as you can. Maybe look over towards your left hand if that's okay in your neck. Exhale, release. Back to center. Draw your right knee in, just switching sides now. Left leg goes long. Open your right arm out. Guide your right leg across your body into the twist. Chest is still facing the ceiling. A few breaths like this, winding down. Maybe looking towards your right hand. And then release, slowly coming back to your mat. And I'll let you decide where you want to be for Shavasana, maybe soles of your feet on the mat for some more grounding, maybe just extending your legs, or maybe today you take a little butterfly shape. I usually would not encourage this, but I think that this shape is very grounding for some people. Just be sure that if you take this variation that you counteract it with some internal rotation, or at least spend a little bit of time today with your hips in a neutral position. And then we'll rest here for just about a minute or so, not too long. Let your breath become natural. Let everything soften into the mat below. You'll hear my voice when it's time to come out. Enjoy your rest. Remaining just as you are, bring your awareness back to your breath. If you had your legs in a butterfly shape or you had extended your legs long, bring your hands underneath your legs to help them come back in, and draw both of your legs in. Let's rock a little bit side to side, massaging the back body. Allow this rocking motion to land you over onto one side and slowly make your way back up to a seat. No rush. I'll meet you there. Sitting up nice and tall whenever you arrive in your comfortable seat, letting your eyes remain soft, reconnecting with your breath if you had let that go a little bit. And then just sensing the energy that you cultivated in your practice, reflecting on the energy of Taurus season, this very grounded and sensual time. If you have any intentions for Taurus season and how you'd like to connect more to that energy, bringing that to your mind. And whenever you feel complete, bring your palms together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. We'll close with one chant of Om. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, release the air, exhale. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale to chant. Om. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, for allowing me to be your guide. Let me know how this practice went for you in the comments down below. If you are a Taurus, happy birthday. I have a lot of friends that are Tauruses that I'm very excited to celebrate this season. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I put out new classes like this every single Sunday, and I am still currently working through all of the zodiac signs. So if you don't see your zodiac sign on my channel yet, don't worry, it is coming. And with that, I'll leave you here. I hope to practice again with you very, very soon. Thank you. Namaste.